Are you a clueless tourist in Japan? Discover the top things locals wish you'd stop doing. Now, Japan is a country steeped in history, tradition, and etiquette. A culture where respect for others and understanding of local customs is paramount. This beautiful country, home to ancient temples, bustling cities, and serene landscapes, also boasts a unique set of social norms that may be unfamiliar to those of us from different corners of the globe. From the way you greet others to the manner in which you use your chopsticks, every action carries a certain weight. As visitors, it's our responsibility to respect these customs, not just out of politeness, but to truly immerse ourselves in the Japanese experience and to foster a positive relationship with the locals. So let's peel back the layers of Japanese etiquette and delve into the do's and don'ts that tourists often overlook. Stay tuned as we reveal the top things locals wish you'd stop doing in Japan. Japan is a country with a rich cultural tapestry and centuries-old traditions, but sometimes tourists unknowingly cross the line. Today we delve into the top 3 things that often upset the locals and how you can avoid them. First on our list is loud speaking in public places. In Japan, it's considered impolite to raise your voice in public, particularly on public transport. This stems from the cultural value of maintaining harmony and respecting others' personal space. So when you're exploring the bustling streets of Tokyo or riding the Shinkansen, remember to keep your voice down. It's not just about avoiding stares. It's about showing respect for the local customs and people around you. Next, let's talk about queuing. Now, you might be wondering, what's so special about standing in line? Well, in Japan, orderly queuing is taken very seriously. Whether it's waiting for the train, buying a ticket, or even waiting for your turn at a vending machine, the Japanese always form neat lines and patiently wait their turn. Cutting in line or not following the queue is seen as not only rude, but also disruptive to the social order. So remember to follow the line, just as you'd follow the road signs. Last but not least, we have inappropriate dressing at religious sites. Japan is home to numerous Shinto shrines and Buddhist temples, each a serene oasis offering a glimpse into the country's spiritual heart. Dressing appropriately when visiting these sites is a sign of respect toward the religious sentiments of the Japanese people. That means no revealing clothing or flashy accessories. Think modest, think respectful. When in doubt, take cues from the locals. So there we have it, the top 3 things that tourists often do that upset the locals in Japan. By being mindful of these, not only will you avoid causing offense, but you'll also enrich your travel experience, gaining a deeper understanding and appreciation of the beautiful culture and traditions of Japan. What is one thing you wish tourists knew before visiting your city? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue our journey into the heart of Japanese etiquette, delving deeper into the customs that shape this fascinating culture. As we navigate through this labyrinth of traditions, remember our mantra: when in Rome, do as the Romans do, or in this case, as the Japanese do. Now, let's talk about shoes. In Japan, it's customary to remove your shoes before entering homes and certain traditional establishments. This practice stems from a deep-rooted belief in cleanliness and respect for the space. If you see a row of shoes at the entrance, that's your cue to take off your own. But don't worry about walking around barefoot. Usually, slippers are provided for guests. Just remember, there's a separate pair of slippers for the bathroom. Never mix them up. Next on our list is something that might surprise you. In Japan, walking while eating is generally frowned upon. This is because eating is considered an activity that should be enjoyed without distraction. Exceptions are made for ice cream or certain street foods at festivals. So when you buy that delicious-looking takoyaki from a street vendor, find a quiet spot to enjoy it rather than walking and eating. There you have it, folks. A few more pointers to help you blend in and respect the local customs during your visit to Japan. Remember, understanding and respecting the culture of the place you're visiting is the best way to ensure a memorable and enriching travel experience. So keep these tips in mind, and you'll be navigating Japan like a local in no time. Stay tuned for more must-remember tips coming up next. Navigating a foreign culture can be tricky, but it's not an impossible task. Here are some tips to help you respect local customs in Japan. First off, learning basic phrases in Japanese can make a world of difference. Even if your pronunciation isn't perfect, locals will appreciate your efforts. Start with the basics like konnichiwa for hello, arigato for thank you, and sumimasen for excuse me. Remember, it's not just about the words, but the sentiment behind them. A little politeness goes a long way in Japan. Next, understanding the art of bowing. It's an integral part of Japanese culture, used to greet, thank, and apologize. The depth of your bow reflects the level of respect, but as a tourist, a simple nod of the head is acceptable. Just remember, when in doubt, bow it out. Now let's delve into the etiquette of using chopsticks. This might seem trivial, but it's a big part of the dining culture in Japan. Avoid sticking your chopsticks upright in your rice bowl. This is a form of ritual offering to the dead and is considered disrespectful. Do not pass food from chopstick to chopstick, as this also alludes to a funeral ritual. When not in use, place your chopsticks on the chopstick rest, not across the top of your bowl. These small acts of consideration showcase respect towards their culture. Now let's talk about public baths and hot springs, or onsen. These are a staple of Japanese culture, but they come with their own set of rules. Always wash and rinse thoroughly before entering the bath, and never bring your towel into the water. It's considered unclean and it's just not done. Also, remember that tattoos can sometimes be seen as taboo in these settings, so do your research before you go. Speaking of research, it's your best friend when traveling to Japan or any other foreign country for that matter. Take the time to understand the customs, traditions, and do's and don'ts. It's not only respectful, but it also enriches your travel experience. Finally, remember that every city, every town, every village in Japan has its own unique customs and traditions. What's acceptable in Tokyo might not be in Kyoto. So, keep an open mind, be respectful, and when in doubt, follow the lead of the locals. Hey there, fellow travelers! We're on the hunt for our next adventure and we need your help to decide where to go next. Do you have any must-visit destinations that you think we should explore? Let us know in the comments below and we'll choose the most exciting location for our upcoming video. Let's now shift our focus to something that might come as a surprise to many of us, especially those from cultures where tipping is a norm. In Japan, tipping is not customary. In fact, it can even be perceived as insulting. Unlike many Western cultures where tipping is expected or even mandatory, in Japan it's a different ballgame altogether. The Japanese believe in providing the best service as a standard, not for an extra fee. So when you try to leave a tip at a restaurant, a taxi, or your hotel, it might be met with confusion, embarrassment, or even refusal. Instead of tipping, a simple arigato gozaimasu, which means thank you very much, is more than enough to show your appreciation for good service. You can also express your gratitude by saying gochiso-sama deshita at the end of a meal, which translates to, it was quite a feast. These phrases convey your appreciation more effectively than any tip. So, when in Japan, remember to hold on to your yen when service is rendered, because the best tip you can give in Japan is your heartfelt thanks. Understanding and respecting local customs is key to having a fulfilling travel experience. Remember, our journey today took us through some of the major faux pas tourists often unknowingly commit when visiting the beautiful land of the rising sun, Japan. We've explored the importance of not sticking chopsticks upright in rice bowls, the etiquette of not walking while eating, and not tipping for services. We've also delved into understanding the significance of removing shoes before entering homes and certain establishments, and the necessity of being quiet on public transportation. Each of these points may seem minor, but they hold great significance within Japanese culture and society. By being aware of these customs, you are not only showing respect to the locals and their traditions, but you are also enriching your travel experience. Remember, travel isn't just about seeing new things, it's about understanding and immersing oneself in new cultures, and that starts with respecting local norms and traditions. Unlock the secrets of the world and make your dreams come true with our channel. We'll guide you through the most incredible destinations and share our expert advice for your next adventure. Don't miss out on any of our thrilling videos. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. And when you're ready to embark on your own journey, use our affiliate link in the description to book your trip. By doing so, you'll not only save money, but also support our channel and help us continue bringing you the best travel content. Let's explore the world together.